Sounds like someone's up there, barking orders at everyone.
Probably Vert. He's the leader of the heretics. He must be using them to defend himself.
He humiliated me. He must be punished.
Your Baronship, calm yourself. We'll get your castle back. We promise.
They're relying on the castle walls. We better use trebuchets to attack the walls and get in.
Commander, order the trebuchets to attack the walls!
Aye, sir. Ready the trebuchets, lads. Hello there, and welcome to Kingdom Under Fire 2. It's an MMO, and I know what you're thinking. Zerk, why the hell are you playing an MMO on your mostly strategy game channel? Well, that's because this MMO has real-time strategy elements in it too, much like the base of my channel, Total War, of course. So we're going to dive beard first into this and see what it's all about. And this video is sponsored by Gameforge, so thanks to them for giving me access to the game. And if at any point in this video you feel you want to check this game out, then you can check the link in the description and have a look-see. Now what you're seeing at the moment is basically a dungeon, which is where the RTS element comes into it. You can see all these troops. Most of this is AI controlled, but I do have a couple of units and my main dude in here as well. Now you may have noticed that we're besieging a castle. Why the hell are we doing that? Well, we're in trouble. We need a little bit of help. We came across a guy who's also in trouble and needs a little bit of help. So we've agreed to help him in return for him helping us later. Now his castle was taken by somebody. They tricked him out of it, told him that his forces needed to go somewhere. He went out and then this army snuck in and took it over. Pretty cheeky. So we're going to help him take it back. We just got the walls down. Now it is time to attack, lads. I mean, I don't know if this guy realizes he's trebucheting his own settlement, which he's about to get back, but oh well. Oh shit, we've got resistance. The demons come. So there's an evil demon race called the Enkablosians, which I believe this guy is all about. Now, I got a couple of units here. I've got my Crusaders. These are a tough kind of defensive melee troop. And then I've got some fiery wizards as well, who can do some AoE damage spells. Try and do one of those. Actually, we should probably... let's move them up a little bit. It looks like most of this stuff's going to die anyway. We severely outnumber all those. So this is just a little bit of the RTS element. At the moment, I can only bring 2 units into the fight because of my level. But as you level up, you can bring more and more. I think up to 8 units. Although I'm not completely sure on that. It may be more, but either way, it sounds like enough. And it's actually quite in-depth, the unit system, but we'll go into that a little bit later on. This is quite early in the game, as you can see. There's tutorial elements popping up telling me what to do. My boys are moving in, my Crusaders and my Wizards. The graphics are great, as you can see. The game runs really well. I'm playing it on all the highest settings. It's running a treat for me. Only the occasional stutter when a lot goes on the screen at once. But let's get my troops in there. Let's send in my Crusaders to attack these fellas. We're going to work our way through the castle. Let's get my Wizards up, and we shall get them blasting these fellas. Doing some good work, my Crusaders. And they'll be gaining experience for all this as well. They'll be able to level up and turn into a better troop or get better equipment and just become all-round more efficient. So it's worthwhile using the same troops over and over again, and you can of course mix them up and synergize them in different ways. There's a bunch of different kinds of troops. Let's try out my Wizard's fiery spell here. See what this can do. My Crusaders just finishing off these boys and we'll be able to advance forward. Oh, just made a fiery pit of doom. Nice one, Wizards. Crusaders finishing off everyone. Let's move up. Now this game's actually been out for a while in Asia, I believe. It's only just coming to the West now. So it's had a lot of time to develop and turn into a full fleshed out game. It's not kind of a rushed early access thing like a lot of games can be nowadays. So it's great that it feels pretty polished and fleshed out and there's a lot to experience. I'm only in the first areas of the game, of course, but it still feels really well done. Now it looks like we've still got a ways to go, but we're done with the inner walls here, so we should be able to advance onwards.
Crusader. The situation has been sorted out inside the wall.
Now, let's look for Vert.
General Glenn, Vert is over there.
God damn it. You're already here? Stop them! Whatever it takes!
Commander, take your troops and follow Vert.
Aye, sir. Aha, here we go. So now I can play as my main character and get stuck in. I'm just going to let you admire the gameplay for a second. So I'm playing as the Gunslinger class, which is a combination of sword and pistol, which personally is a weapon combo I very much enjoy. So this is the class that stood out to me, and there are 4 other ones which we'll go over a little bit later on. How are my boys doing? My wizards are engaged in melee. Get away from my wizards. They're only wearing dresses. They're not equipped for melee. Son of a jackal. So, much like Total War, different units have different strengths and weaknesses. Wizards and ranged troops aren't very good in melee, of course, so you've got to try and protect them, otherwise they may take a beat down. Now, one of the sweetest features of these dungeons is that you can switch between your RTS gameplay and your third-person action gameplay. So it's a nice mix-up of just whatever you want. You could play full RTS if you wanted to, or full third-person action. So it's entirely up to you how you play, although there's probably drawbacks to only playing one way. You do really need to do both and organize your troops, as well as getting stuck in and killing things yourself. But it's nice to have the options and to have the freedom to choose between them, which is something very unique for an MMO, of course, having RTS elements in it at all, let alone being able to choose between them as you wish. And I'm a big fan of anything that tries to break the mold a bit. Obviously, there's only so much you can do in the MMO genre, but they've tried something different here, and it really works, and it's damn fun. So it's a nice change from most MMOs. Honestly, I've kind of gone off them in the past few years myself. So quite honestly, I wasn't really expecting to enjoy this game that much, but I am pleasantly surprised, which is why I'm bringing you this video. Now, we're working our way through the castle still hacking down all these fools. And the game revolves around 3 factions: the Human Alliance, the Dark Legion, and the Enkablosians. Let me just try out my Wizard's Meteor spell here. Let's get a good look at this. See what it can do. I haven't tried the spell yet. Oh, it's a proper bombardment. Oh, Christ. We're taking out people's houses. Sorry, citizens. My wizards don't know their own strength. The animals. Let's get my Crusaders in. Bring the wizards up. Let's get myself up. Let's get me in there. So yeah, there's the 3 different factions, and they're all vying for the land of Bersia, which is the world this game is set in. But in this dungeon, it seems like Vert, that bad guy who I think works for the Dark Legion, or is part of the Dark Legion rather, not like he works for them, like they employ him. But he seems to be teaming up with the Enkablosians, the other bad guys, so not really sure what's happening there. All I know is he's taken this castle of some guy, and we're going to take it goddamn back. Just finishing off the last few guys here, and we can press forward. Now, so far the game hasn't been that hard from what I've played. Obviously, we're still kind of early game tutorial stuff, so the game's been pretty easy. Haven't really been challenged or in danger too much yet, so I guess that's something that'll come with time as I level up and get more towards the end game. Things will get tougher and a bit harder. I'm not sure what these clowns are doing. Are they just stuck there, or are they just part of the scenery? I can shoot them. I feel like they're just kind of there for the aesthetic. See if my wizards can take them out. Get them, wizards. Can you shoot a fireball like that, up and then straight down? I guess if you're a highly trained wizard like mine, you can. Let's press onwards. See where this takes us. Oh, is that some kind of bombardment? There's a lot of boys coming. Oh, my nice AoE spells. Oh, there's a lot of them. I'm in the thick of it, man. I'm gonna Dynasty Warriors this shit. I need to see what my troops are doing, though. Our Crusaders are in here. Oh, there's some cannons back here. Let's firebomb these mother heckers. I guess that was what was bombarding us. I should probably go and sort those out. Got to carve my way through here real quick. Okay, let's get these before they blow too many of my boys up. My meteors are doing good work on them. Nearly taken one of them out. Finish them off. And the other one. Come here, you. Be dead. There we go. Okay, let's get back and finish off the mob. Although maybe my wizards can do this. Yes, please. Let's bring that fire pit again. Thank God there's no friendly fire. Otherwise, everyone would be burning to a crisp right now. I do love that AoE attack. Sends people flying everywhere. And that seems to take care of those little piggies. Let's keep pressing onwards. Where's my lads? Still a few enemies back here. Now, I do have kind of quick controls here, so I don't have to control my troops via RTS mode and zoom out if I don't want to. I could just press C to make them kind of bodyguard me. I can press X to make them play defensively and to look after themselves more. And I can press Z to make them more aggressive, so they'll just attack whoever they can. So you've got some options if you don't want to zoom out to that RTS mode. You've got the freedom to just play a bit more passively and just use those simple keys to command your troops. No idea where I'm going here. I think I'm lost. Goddamn heretics and their trickery. There's more cannons. Why did a cannon try to shoot me there? We must have more cannons coming. Here we go. Let's get my boys moving up. This seems like a good time for a meteor shower. Feel my fury. Although, here we go. Here's all those cannons. Let's bombard those instead. We're going to take those out. Let's get the Crusaders in there. They've got an ability as well. Some kind of defensive spell, I believe. Get him in, pop that buff. There we go, happy days. Let's get myself in there. Actually, let's get the wizards firing. Wizards, take them out. Right, I'm going to get through and try and take care of those cannons so they stop bombarding all my dudes. Did we take any out? Not quite. We got most of them, some of them half dead. This one's only dead. Oh, damn you, barricade twigs. One down. Trying to get shot by the other ones. Oh, are they going to blow their friends up? I want to see if that does friendly fire damage to the other cannon. Doesn't seem to be. Oh, they are no joke. They are no joke. Let's finish this one off. There we go. Oh dear, this is way harder than I feel like it should be. I'm taking a beat down. I'm taking some damage now. There was me saying there wasn't much challenge, and I'm getting beaten up by 4 stationary cannons. There we go. One more left. No, screw you. Be gone, foul bastards. There we go. Okay, back to the mob. Let's finish these off, and then we can press on. But like I said, if you are interested in this game, if you like the look of it, then you can follow the link in the description to take a look. And I should also mention a big thing about this game is that it's not a pay-to-win game. It is not a free-to-play, pay-to-win kind of game, as a lot of these kind of games can be. With this, you just buy the game once and it's yours forever. The only microtransactions in the game are cosmetic only. They don't affect your character or the gameplay or give anyone a head start in terms of the mechanics of the game. It's only a cosmetic thing for your appearance and maybe some mounts and things like that. So that's nice as well, because obviously pay to win isn't a great system, so it's nice that they've gone with the just buy the game and work through it like everyone else kind of idea. Let's press onwards up these stairs where it looks like something is definitely going to happen. Maybe we'll find this clown sock. Here he is. Let's see what he has to say for himself.
Good job following me so far, Durin.
Vert, you scumbag. I won't forgive you.
You won't? How? You don't know what I can do you?
Oh dear, that voice acting. It's pretty cheesy, let's be honest. This crowd of demons, however, is less cheesy. Oh, he does some damage. Oh dear. Let's try and take out some of the ads first of all, in typical MMO fashion. Try and take out the little guys, and then we'll work on the big guy. The big guy is following me around, though, like a lost dog. Go away, big guy. I barely hurt the fella. If I seriously... Oh, he's doing so much damage to me. Where's my goddamn troops? Wizards! Burn him! I think my Crusaders are sorting out some of the Enkablosians. Right, we've dealt with all his little ads. Now we've got to try and deal with him. He is an absolute menace, though. Have I seriously got to work down this health bar? Oh, I noticed in the objectives it says fight Vert. It doesn't say kill him, it says fight him. So all I've got to do is fight him, and I guess this will eventually end. I've got to try and survive, though, and I'm not doing very well. I'm nearly dead. Oh, dear. That was me saying it was easy earlier. I'm nearly dead. Brilliant. There is difficulty settings as well. You can change these dungeons from normal or hard, I think. This is only on normal. And I'm nearly dead, so, you know, go me. And the combat itself overall is still very familiar as an MMO. You've got your rotations, you've got the best order to use your abilities and your skills. But you do still have the kind of action elements of dodging out the way of things and blocking as well. Although I seem to forget to do that half the time. So it is a nice mix-up in the combat rather than just typical, oh, scheisse, lots of big tree men. Oh, gosh. Are we supposed to kill all of this? Come on, you tree fuckers. I'm not sure we're going to be able to do this. I am taking so much freaking damage. Please don't ruin my footage. Please. Don't let me die. What the frick is that thing? Leave me alone, tentacle man. I'm struggling. I can only use potions so often. Oh, he's charging something up. Oh, Christ, and there's more. And there's some other fucker. I'm nearly dead. No. I emerged from the crowd. I gotta kill 2 of these things, apparently. Oh, goodness. To the end. Oh, fight to the bitter end. Oh, I'm getting slapped around. Oh, I got healed. Some soldier magically saved me. What are my wizards doing? My Crusaders are dead. Let's bombard them. Oh, shit, what? Are my wizards doing this? Crikey. You wizards are better than I thought. I'm pretty sure they didn't do that, but it looked like they did. Is he dead? Has he still got shit? Oh, I thought that was it. Oh, here comes the cavalry. Sort of. I don't know what's happening. We're barely hurting this fella. I'm just losing health like there's no tomorrow. I think I probably should be watching his attacks a little bit more. Instead, I'm just trying to tank it all out. I'm doing barely any damage. I feel like there's supposed to be more players here. What's happening? I need some help. These little AI dudes. What's this? Can I bring my boys back? My crusaders died. I guess that's their gravestone. Poor fellas. You son of a bitch. There we go. Starting to hit him with some damage now. I've got to use my abilities a bit more. Pretty confident I shouldn't be stood in that. To be honest, you kind of forget that you're in an MMO when you're playing this kind of high-action combat system. Kind of just makes you want to focus on damaging and blocking rather than thinking about what your enemy's doing too much. I don't know what to do now. I think we're all just screwed. I think he's gone. Never mind, he's gone. He's run away. Thank God. What a bastard.
Vert got away. But we got our castle back. This is all thanks to you. Beside what we've agreed upon, if there's anything you want, tell me.
Nothing. Just let our refugees stay here for a bit while we sort things out.
Don't worry. I swear on my honor that I'll protect them.
Thank you. That's a load off my chest.
Now, the soldiers are bringing us drinks. Let's talk about business later. General Glenn, you're a hero. Why don't you say something nice to my soldiers? That'll make them so happy. Everyone, let's shout and drink! It's time for celebration!
So there we go, just about survived it and got an S rank, happy days. So there's a little bit of dungeon gameplay for you. You can see the mix up where you get to choose a card. We've got some gloves, sweet. Yeah, you can see the mix up of RTS gameplay with the action gameplay, so it's pretty interesting and pretty different in terms of MMOs. Now let's take a look at what else Kingdom Under Fire 2 has to offer. Beginning with the classes. There are 5 overall. The Gunslinger, who I was just playing as you can see, they have stats in areas where they're better or worse. This one is better at single attack, area attack, not quite as tough as some of the other classes. And then we've got the Spell Sword, who, whoa there. Simmer down lads. She combines the melee and the magic and is a little bit more survivable than the Gunslinger. Then you've got the Berserker, he's the big fella, he's the tank, he's the survivable one with lots of area attack. A little bit slower though, not so good in the single target attack. And then you've got the Ranger, who is, as you might expect, bow wielding, good at the single target attack, very quick and evasive. And then you've got the Elementalist with a great voice.
Power of Mother Nature.
Not annoying at all. She is all about the magic and can summon up various beasts to help her out. So, a class for everyone, depends on how you like to play, what your personal playstyle is, you will find a character to suit you. You can then roll on into character customization where you can choose your favorite supermodel face, give them a sexy haircut and do whatever the hell you like to them. There's a lot of options with the facial controls, which is nice. You don't just have to settle for some average preset, you can adjust it as much as you like and get that perfect sexy face. Although my biggest complaint of this game is in the character customization because there are no beard options. God damn it, I've only got a couple of options for crappy little stubbly goatees. No good. Where's the full beards? Come on, blue side. We could also see what we look like in better armors, so you can get an idea of how you're going to look as you progress through the game. Once you jump on in there, you will get the familiar MMO experience with big town hubs with lots of players running around, lots of things to do, auction house, crafting, enchanting, all the usual things that you may expect, which give you a bit of downtime in the city. You generally spend your time questing through the open world with the occasional dungeon along the way following the story, and all the questing is actually quite short and sweet, so none of the quests linger on too long. They're all kind of over quite quickly, so you can kind of keep moving and it keeps it interesting, I think, rather than long-winded, drawn-out quests. And of course, no MMO would be complete without your bags, your inventory to manage all your potions and weapons and such. Also, your random players to run in and ruin your footage is also great. You have your loadout, all your armor and your weapons, how it's affecting you, what your stats are, how you're getting bigger and better and bolder. Your different titles, also some cosmetics. There's kind of factions to choose between as well. So there's all the usual MMO elements that people probably know and love. And then you've got the unique RTS elements in your barracks with all of your units. You've got swordsmen, spears, archers, wizards, cavalry, all different kinds of units with their own strengths and weaknesses. There's different races as well. I've got some orcs here. They're kind of small though. They're like dwarf-sized orcs. Or if you prefer to perv on scantily clad elves, then you've got some of those. And all these units have strengths and weaknesses, like missiles not being good in melee or cav getting stabbed up by spears. So you've got the rock, paper, scissors element in there. And you can upgrade all these units as you go. You make them stronger. You get them new abilities. You can give them a little bit of a different loadout to change how they perform and change their role. So you got some depth here to mess around with. So this I find is one of the more exciting elements for me, being able to manage my units, and it's kind of like collecting Pokemon or something. You get a new unit and you're excited, you want to test it out, you want to see what it can do, see how it performs, and it's kind of fun in that way. And there's a whole bunch of units. I've only got a handful of them so far, but I can get, I think, as I said, up to 8. A lot of slots are locked here. There's 8 slots here, so I guess that means I can bring 8 into battle eventually when I get there, but long way off that yet, I'm sure. So that hopefully gives you an idea of what the RTS elements of this game are all about. Then of course we have our own personal development, our character skills based on our class. You've got your upgrade trees in there so you can decide how you want to build your character for your personal play style. You've also got a combo list so you can really try to master your class by getting the hang of all these rotations and learning which combinations are best for what situation. And I've done it a few times where I accidentally do one of these combos and I see a move that I've never seen before. And I'm like, damn, how the hell did I do that? I can go and consult my combo list. And then you've got your wardrobe, which is where you'll find all your cosmetics, all the different outfits you could potentially have. So you can make sure you look snazzy when you're going to war, of course. Because everyone knows MMOs are actually just fashion shows. And of course, no MMO is going to be complete without a very integral part of gameplay: mounts. Water horse. And of course, as an MMO, you can team up with your bros and broettes to take on all these challenges together, which includes all the RTS play from the instances. As you can see here, I'm teamed up with 3 other people, each of us with our own units. Someone's brought a freaking massive scorpion to the party, as you do. So there's a lot of potential for teamwork here, different combos of units that you could bring, different abilities. Right here I'm going to drop a meteor shower on this big crowd while all the melee's got them pinned in place. So you're going to have to talk with your teammates and see who's bringing what units and decide what the best strategy is. Of course, at the lower levels it's not going to matter too much, but when you get towards the end game there are raids and things, so it's really going to be important, I think, which units you bring and how they synergize with each other. There is PvP as well, but I haven't been able to play that yet because I'm not high enough level, but it's in there for those who enjoy that sort of thing. And yeah, there you go. That's pretty much the gist of it. Like I said, if you're interested in this game, you can check it out and purchase it in the link below. As I said before, it's a buy once, never have to pay anything again if you don't want to type of deal. There's no subscription, no microtransactions other than cosmetic stuff. There's 3 different versions of the game to buy. You can buy a $30 version, a $50 version, or a $100 version. Of course, you get extra stuff the more money you spend, but it's only stuff that'll give you a little boost towards the start, and it's all attainable through the game naturally anyway, so it's not a huge advantage. It just depends how much you want to support the game, I suppose. And it is available now. So check it out if you're into your MMOs and you want something a little bit different with that RTS gameplay. And obviously it's not the first MMO in the world to add RTS elements to it, but it is one that does it damn well, I think. So if you enjoy the kind of Japanese, Asian style of MMO, then you may well enjoy Kingdom Under Fire 2. I think it's a Korean developer, Blueside, who have done a damn good job here. I'll be giving it more of a go as I want to see where the game goes, as the end game of MMOs is very often where the game really kind of begins, so it'll be interesting to see where this one takes it. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the future.